What's going on, guys? This your boy Black Prince the Barber. I'm glad you guys sticking around for to see this final results of the haircut. But in my last tutorial, I was calling out 360 G's and a couple of more guys. So I want you guys to go to their page and tag them. But let's just get into the video. My little guy right here, he asking for a low taper fade. I'm not really just big on low taper fades, but you know what I'm saying, I did what I could because, you know, I like high taper fades. I like the fades that I can see after I'm done with the haircut, but pretty much you'll get what I'm saying at the end of the haircut. So let's just get into it. First, I'm gonna start brushing his hair, and I'm gonna cut his hair against the grain with my 1.5 detachable blade on my Oster Octane, and we just gonna finish it off with a nice haircut. So let's just get into it. What I'm doing now, I'm gonna kick my first initial guideline out with my cocoa trimmers, but always be neat with your haircut. Like I always say in all my tutorials, once you start a haircut off neat, it will end neat. So I'm just going to the lowest point at the top of his ear, so I can know what to do on the other side, because you know what I'm saying, I want to make sure everything is even. Then I flip my cocos around to make sure that line is, you know what I'm saying, accurate, so I can perform on to the next step. Now I have my Oster Octane. I'm going to just go all the way up to his parietal ridge. Remember not to go up into the twist area, because you know what I'm saying, the twist area stops where the parietal ridge starts. So you know what I'm saying, you want to be very neat. And after I do that, I'm going to grab my my Stylecraft Instincts, and I'm going to go with the grain in the parietal ridge area, so I won't be knocking out too much hair with the 1.5 going against the grain. So hey man, stick around, because this haircut gonna be fresh, man. But you know what I'm saying, like I said, I like to do a high taper so I can see where I'm going with my haircut. But you know what I'm saying, everybody have their own, you know what I'm saying, decision on how they want their haircut. So it's not up to the barber, it's up to the client. Let's get it. Okay guys, next up my Stylecraft Instinct Pro. I opened the blades all the way. Now I'm about to go like an inch into it. But I just want to let you guys know, I just put the master blades on my Stylecraft Instinct. Them jumps are hidden. It don't take too much to do a fade or whatever. So I really just got them out the seat in no time. But you know what I'm saying, with my haircut, you know what I'm saying, I like to take my time. But yeah, I put the master blades on my Stylecraft Instincts. So big shout out to, you know what I'm saying, Stylecraft and Master. And major shout out to Filthy Blends, because you know what I'm saying, they already all know what the business is. But let's just continue. So I'm gonna make my second initial guideline. I'm gonna make that straight as possible too, and remember to always brush or comb the client's hair. And then I'm gonna follow back with the with the one close, because remember, I already cut his hair 1.5 against the grain with my Oster Octane. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put my number 1 on my Stylecraft Instincts Pro, and I'm gonna go, I close the blade, close the guard, and I'm going halfway of the 1.5 blade. So therefore, there's really not too much to fade out, because you know what I'm saying, at 1.5, I already set the initiative of the whole haircut. So I'm just right now just actually doing detail within the 1.5. So let's just keep it going till we get up to the next step. Now grab my zero guards. I'm gonna put them on my Stylecraft Instincts as well and close them. But when I first put them on, I'm gonna open them like 2 notches, because you know what I'm saying, I just want to make sure I take that, you know what I'm saying, guideline out from that one close. So just remember to always check over your work, take your time, and you know what I'm saying, you will get there, because you know what I'm saying, you see this haircut is making it there. But yeah, this is a low taper. I think this is actually my second time ever putting a low taper on him, because if you scroll back to a couple of my videos from the past, you'll see he had like sponge curls in his hair before, you know what I'm saying, he grew his twist. But yeah, I close it up 2 notches. Now I'm actually in my close position. The only thing I'm doing right now is just feathering out that zero close, because you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna start with the next step, which would be my blade open. But remember to always do detailing in everything that you're doing. You know what I'm saying, you want your work to be considerable, man. And yeah, that's exactly how I do it. I do it that whatever side I make that fits his hair, I'm gonna do it on the other side, because I want both sides to be matching. All right, guys, this is my little cheat code. I close the blade and I open it up one, because, you know, a lot of barbers be like, hey, man, close the blade all the way and then, you know what I'm saying, knock the first initial guideline out. I do that at times, but this is a better way, because you're not actually knocking it out once you close and open it one. You just feathering at that line, then you come back and use your corners of your blades. You'll knock that line out so fresh, man. Look how that fade coming about. And another reason I really don't like doing low taper fades, because it actually look like an even haircut on one side. You know what I'm saying? So I just give them what they want. And then I open the blade up like 2 times and I just start back using my corners to, you know, make sure everything fit and, you know what I'm saying, everything fall in place, because once I get on the other side, I'm going to speed it up and I'm slap the edge up on them. But I did not get a chance to record the back of his taper, because, you know what I'm saying, my camera cut off and everything. But I got what I can, so let's get it. All right, guys, like I said, whatever you do to one side, you make sure you do it to the other side. I took my 1.5 on my octane and I knocked it down to the parietal ridge area. And after I did that, you know what I'm saying, I grabbed my cocos and I made my first initial guideline. And I made sure everything was clean. After that, I grabbed my instincts and I started to make my second initial guideline. Make sure that's neat as well. Grab my number 1, closed them, and I just went against the 1.5 octane blade, you know what I'm saying, just to make that area, you know, smooth. And then I start using my corners of my zeros, you know what I'm saying, to make sure the one close was straight. And then I grab my no guards, I'm sorry, and I just start using my corners. Now look how fast I made that taper. But let's just get up to it until we get up to the edge up. Come on, let's get it. All right, guys, I wasn't confused on the edge up part, but you know what I'm saying, I was a little bit confused what he was telling me before I started to edge him up. He was like, hey man, I want you to leave the hair at the front. And I was like, that's gonna kind of look weird. But you know, usually you get your number 1 guard and cut that front area down for the taper it down. So he said he just was gonna grow his front edge up, you know, the hair part. So he just asked me not to cut that hair that you supposed to cut off. So he just wanted to keep that dark and everything. So, hey, it was his choice. But let's just get it until we get to the end of the edge up haircut. Let's go. All right, my YouTube fam, this is the end of the haircut. You see how low that taper is? Just a very low taper. But he asked for it, so I gave it to him. He asked for no enhancements and everything, so I just gave him what he wanted. And this is exactly how he turned out. But big shout out to my boy for coming through. But with further ado, you know what I'm saying, we're just going to go and get into it. But hey, man, look, I want you guys to go and tag the other barbers. I called their name out in my last video. If you have missed my last video, go back and see what barbers I called out, you know what I'm saying, for this inner haircut challenge. But other than that, man, it's your boy Black Prince the Barber, and I'm out. May God bless. Peace.